Adventures in Harriet, starring the entire Nelson family, Ozzie, Harriet. Here is Ozzie, who plays the part of Ozzie Nelson, and wife Harriet as Harriet Nelson. The older the Nelson boys...
Hello, dear.
Oh, hi. The women's club meeting over so soon?
Uh-huh. Would you and the boys help me get some things out of the car?
Oh, sure. Dave, Rick. Will you help me get some things out of the car for your mother? Oh, hi, Mom.
Hello, boys.
If you need any help, just give me a yell.
Nice work, Daddy-O.
Thank you. I thought it was, too. Do they need any help with anything out there?
No, I think they can handle it. It's just a mimeograph machine, paper, and things like that.
Well, wait a minute. What are you doing with all that stuff?
Well, you are now looking at the editor of the Woman's Club News.
You're the editor? You're kidding.
No, it's just this one issue, of course, while our regular editor's on vacation. But it's still quite an honor.
Well, you're darn right it is. How'd you get stuck with it?
It was easy. I was late getting to the meeting, and they elected me before I got there.
What's all this stuff for, Mom?
Oh, we now have a newspaper woman in the family, Dave. Your mother's just been elected editor of the Women's Club News.
Gee, that's swell. What happened, Mom? Were you late to the meeting?
Never mind. Hey, where's the mimeograph machine?
A mimeograph machine? Did you see a mimeograph machine? What mimeograph machine?
Well, they put it in the car. It better be there. Gee, I hope it wasn't stolen.
Oh, I don't think anybody'd steal it. Maybe the boys just didn't see it. I'll go look.
If you need any help, Pop, give us a yell. And now to our right, ladies and gentlemen, is the office of our editor.
Oh, very interesting.
Also, our copy chief, reporter, linotype operator, pressman, paperboy, and grease monkey.
Oh, all right, you guys. Now look what you made me do. A delightful tea party was held Wednesday afternoon at the home of Mrs. Eloise Grease Monkey.
You did, Mom. It'll be the talk of the town. Looks like you're working pretty hard there, Mom.
Well, I only have today and tomorrow. It has to be in the mail before Monday.
Hey, how much would you pay for a real hot scoop?
Well, that depends. What is it?
No, I don't know yet. How much would you pay? Come on, Elvis. Let Mom get to work. Okay. Well, think it over, Mom. I can be pretty nosy if there's money in it.
Okay, I will. Hello? Oh, hi, Marion. Sure. Oh, really? Well, it's wonderful. Yes, I'll work it in. Thanks for calling about it. Bye.
Who was that?
Marion Thomas. She's repainting her living room today. That is, her husband is. They're going to paint it pale green.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Oh, I'd better make a note of that.
You mean you're going to put that in the paper?
Well, sure.
Well, Harry, that's not news. Who cares if she's painting her living room or not?
Well, she does. Besides, I have to say something about her. She donated the paper for this edition.
Oh, that's different.
I have to say something nice about Mrs. Van Courtney, too.
What is she donating, the ink?
Well, she's going to donate the funds for a new wing on the Women's Club.
No kidding. Well, that's what I call news. You going to give it the full treatment?
Well, I've started it. How's this? Mrs. Van Courtney has graciously volunteered to donate the funds to complete the new wing on our clubhouse.
Yeah, well, that's a good start. That ought to make a nice article when you finish it.
What do you mean, finish it? That's it.
That's all you're going to say about it?
Well, it's a small paper. We have lots of news and not much space.
Well, you're the editor.
Hello? Yes, Marion. No, not yet. Yes, I will. Yes, thank you. It's Marion again. She changed her mind. She's going to have her husband paint the living room beige instead of pale green.
I hate to interfere, but who cares about silly things like that? Why don't you get out and get some real news? Something with a little spice and kick to it.
Well, that's not as easy as it sounds. I've got plenty to do right here.
Well, you ought to get some help. What you need is a reporter.
Good idea. You're hired.
I don't mean me.
I do. I hereby designate you a star reporter.
Oh, wait a minute. If I'm the reporter, I'm supposed to answer the phone. Hello? Oh, yes. Yes. Well, I'll take the message. I'm acting as sort of a reporter. The whole can of paint. I see. Well, thank you very much. Goodbye. Harriet, your star reporter has his first scoop.
Don't tell me Marion changed her mind again.
Yes, she did. That was her husband. He just dumped a can of paint over her head. Well, I won't be late.
Where are you going?
I have to get some news.
You're kidding.
No, I'm going to snoop around a bit and see what I can dig up. Put some life in that paper of yours.
Okay, I'll have your bail money ready. Have you started the story on Mrs. Van Courtney yet?
No, not yet. I can't seem to find the right angle, the gimmick, the twist it needs. You know, that indefinable something that makes a front-page story out of a plain news item?
You've been watching those old movies again.
Well, I'll see you.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, wait a minute, Pop. We got something for you.
Oh, well, I'm in a bit of a hurry. I'm going to go out and get some news for your mother's paper.
Well, you're not properly attired. Every reporter has to have a hat.
Well, thank you, fellas. Hey, it's real jazzy.
Oh, hi, Oz. Is Harriet home?
Oh, yeah, she's right inside, Doc.
I got an idea for the paper.
Well, then I'm the guy you're looking for. See, I'm the star reporter.
Oh, I
Gag, the boys pulled on me. Well, I'm looking for some news, Doc. Do you have any?
see. Well, not exactly, but I've been thinking, Oz, how about a medical column for the paper?
Oh, well, gee, this is just a little women's club paper.
Well, sure, Oz, but the women will love it. I got the first article written already. Your Health and How to Keep It by Frank Elroy Williams, M.D.
Well, gee, I'm sure it's very interesting, but, gee, this is about 10 pages longer than the whole paper's supposed to be. Try and cut it down a little, can you, Doc?
Okay, Oz, I'll see what I can do.
I don't know, Mr. Nelson. Nothing much has happened in here lately. Oh, wait a minute. Mrs. Edelbrock had 2 of those super banana splits in here yesterday afternoon. The great big ones.
Well, I realize that's quite a gastronomical achievement, but it isn't quite what I had in mind.
Well, I'll keep my eyes open.
Well, thank you very much.
I wouldn't have believed it if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. I wouldn't be caught dead wearing a hat like that.
I don't understand it. She usually has such good taste in clothes. Say, I heard some interesting news today. Did you hear about Marjorie Dillon? Oh, don't tell me she's having another baby. Oh, no, nothing like that. But Mary Henshaw tells me that Marjorie's husband got a promotion at the plant, and that now they're going to buy that big modern house out on Elm Drive. You know the one the Hendersons built?
You sure? Oh, I don't want to contradict you, dear, but I don't think her husband got a promotion. My brother-in-law works out there, too, you know. He says Joe was just transferred to another section with a different title.
Well, maybe you're right. You know Mary. She means well, but she usually gets things mixed up.
Oh, I think I'll have a pineapple sundae.
Oh, I think I'll have some hot chocolate. You know, I don't remember any big modern house on Elm Drive. You must mean Poplar Street. No. Well, yes, maybe you're right at that. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. If Joe didn't get the promotion, they probably won't be moving anyway.
On this paper, this Woman's Club News?
Well, I'm just helping Harriet out. See, she's the editor temporarily. It's a pretty corny thing, you know.
Oz is right. It's a pretty corny paper. Mrs. So-and-so baked a new kind of cake. Mrs. So-and-so won the door prize at the Thursday tea.
All interesting items.
Incidentally, Oz, I shot an 83 today.
Oh, good for you.
Yes, sir, an 83. That's my best score. I was low man out there today.
I was low man last Saturday.
Oh, that's just because I was up at the lake. By the way, I caught a 14-pounder up there.
Well, look, fellas, these are all good items if it were a men's club paper. But it's a women's club paper, and we want news about the women.
Oh, well, then you're in the wrong locker room, aren't you?
I couldn't get in the other one. See, what I'm trying to do is get the women's news from the husband's angle.
Sure, well, there you are. Mrs. Darby's husband was low man today.
Here we are, gentlemen. Compliments, Mr. Van Courtney. He's setting him up for everybody.
Oh, what did he do, score a hole in one?
Oh, no. He was playing with Mrs. Van Courtney, and he beat her today by 2 strokes.
Well, that's just dandy.
My sentiments exactly.
I'll take his drink, but that doesn't seem like such a big deal, does it, beating your wife at golf?
Oz, are you kidding? Mrs. Van Courtney's a terrific golfer. I understand she used to play in tournaments.
Oh, really? Gee, I don't believe I know her.
How about that, Van? Donating all that money to the women's club for the new wing?
No, wait a minute. It's Mrs. Van Courtney who's donating it, isn't it? At least that's the way I heard it.
No, well, of course, Oz, that's the women's version, but you and I know where that money's coming from.
It's darn right. Van is the guy that ought to get the credit.
Hey, wait a minute. This is it.
This is what?
Well, the angle I've been looking for. See, I was going to do an article for the paper about Mrs. Van Courtney's donating the money. But this is even better. It's the man bites dog thing. Mr. Van Courtney donating this money to a woman's club.
Sure, there's your story.
That's it.
Oz. Hey, Oz.
Pardon me, fellas.
Hiya, Doc. I've been looking all over for you. I got my article cut down to 1 page.
Oh, well, gee, I'm going to do quite an extensive story on Mr. Van Courtney. Do you suppose you could cut this down just a little more? See what you can do, Doc.
Mr. Van Courtney.
Well, certainly, he's the one who's putting up the money.
Well, I'll bet Mrs. Van Courtney talked him into it. You know, this donation is pretty important. Why don't you just write a nice little notice about how much the new wing means to the club and how delighted we are that the Van Courtneys are donating it, and let it go at that.
Well, Harriet, for goodness sakes, when you're reporting a big story, you've got to do it right. You're passing up a good thing. Don't forget you're the editor. You'll get all the credit.
Well, I'll let you print it on one condition.
Okay, name it.
You be the editor and you take all the credit.
Oh, Harriet. Come in.
What do you think about this, Oz? Medical advice in a capsule by Doc Williams.
It's that little dot down here. How much more have you got to type?
Well, just this one little item about Mr. Van Courtney. I can squeeze it in at the bottom of the page.
Is it important?
Well, I think it's kind of interesting. It adds a little color to the story. See, Mrs. Van Courtney's a pretty good golfer, but Mr. Van Courtney's been practicing, and he's beaten her several times. So I just thought I'd slip in a little item there. Mr. Van Courtney has been beating his wife regularly at golf.
Well, it ought to make him happy.
Say, why don't you alert the printers and tell them we'll be ready to roll just as soon as I finish this sentence?
Okay. Fellas, printers. You got about 3/4 of an hour more to sleep.
Okay, roll the presses. Take page 3 down to composing.
Come on, boy, on your feet. Get those presses rolling.
Oh, I see you got the pages all stacked. That's swell, Rick.
Yes, sir. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Where's the stapler?
I've got it, Pop.
Oh. Harriet, could you give us a hand here, please?
Yeah.
See if we can get a system started. Pardon me. 4, 3, 2, 1, and staple. Okay? Okay, Rick. Start the line. 4, 3, 2, 1, and staple. Okay. Speed it up a little here. That's the stuff. Speed it up. Steady does it. Speed it up.
Well, how about you?
Harriet, I'm the editor.
Get in line.
Okay, come on, boys. We're heading down the home stretch.
4, 3.
2.
Wasn't as bad as addressing Christmas cards.
Mrs. Leo Jones. M-R-S.
Period.
Yes, I know.
Take these down to the post office for you now.
No, thanks, Dave. The mailbox on the corner will be fine.
I'll race you down there, David.
How's it read?
Oh, fine. The story about the Van Courtneys is very interesting.
Oh, thanks a lot. Something the matter?
Well, this little item you added about Mr. Van Courtney certainly gives the story a lot of color.
Well, I thought so.
Mr. Van Courtney has been beating his wife regularly.
At golf.
Doesn't say at golf here. It just says, Mr. Van Courtney has been beating his wife regularly.
I typed in at golf at the bottom of the page.
Well, you must have typed it too far down on the stencil and it didn't come out.
Well, Harry, this is terrible. Do you realize if the Van Courtneys see this, they can sue us?
Us? You're the editor.
Not only that, they might withdraw their offer to build a new wing on the women's club.
If they do, the women will tear you apart.
Stop the boys while they mail these. Which mailbox was it, do you know?
Well, I don't know. You said the one in the corner, didn't you?
Typographical error, and the whole thing could be very embarrassing. You didn't mail any, did you?
Well, Mom gave me some bills to mail, and I mailed those. But I don't know whether I put any newspapers in there or not.
Well, we got most of them right here.
Well, that is enough, Dave. We got to have all of them. Look, let's divide them into thirds and count them. There are 305. 305 divided by 3. Let's each take a pile and count them.
Hey, come on, Ricky. Count to yourself, will you?
How many you got, Dave?
I've got 101. That's 208.
208. How many you got, Rick?
I have 104.
208, 104.
Well, it's 312. We only started out with 305.
I got a better idea. Let's take them home, and I'll check them against the mailing list with your mother. Tyson?
Check.
Atkinson?
Check.
Acme Cleaners?
Oh, that's the bill I gave Ricky to mail.
Who was that leave?
Boxton, Kramer, and Van Courtney.
Oh, we're sunk.
You sure you can't get them back, huh?
Oh, no, Harriet. Once you put something in the mailbox, that's it. The only thing I can do is to go over to Van Courtney's the first thing in the morning and hope he hasn't read the paper yet, get the old one back, and give him a corrected copy.
Well, where are you going to get the corrected copy?
Well, I'll make one up. All I have to do is type up an extra page with @golf on it and add it to the end of the paper.
What do you mean, an extra page? 305 extra pages.
Yeah? Come on, boys. Get out the old stencil and get to work again. Dave, Ricky, David, Rick. Come on out, you cowards.
Courtney.
Oh, yes.
Mr. Ozzie Nelson to see you. He says it's very urgent.
Oh, yes, fine. Have him come right in.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Van Courtney. Have you read the paper yet?
Why, yes, I have. I was just reading it at breakfast.
Oh, well, see, I can explain. It was a typographical error. The words were correct, but they didn't come out that way.
Well, what words are you talking about? I didn't find any error. Of course, all I've read is the financial page.
What paper are you talking about?
It's the morning paper.
Oh, well, what about the Women's Club News?
What's that?
Women's Club paper, and I wrote an article about that. That is, there was an article in the paper about you.
Oh, well, isn't that nice? And you say you're responsible for it.
Are you sure you haven't read it?
The morning mail hasn't arrived.
Oh.
Here it is right here, Mr. Van Courtney.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Yeah, I'll bet your copy is right in the mail. Pardon me. Yes, here we are. Well, I brought you a later edition.
Oh, thanks very much.
All right, next to the last page there. Here, be my guest. I hope you like it.
Hey, this is quite an article here.
Oh, well, thanks a lot. We have a few little human interest touches there.
What's this?
Well, turn the page. It's on the other page.
Well, yes, I have turned the page.
Well, doesn't it say at golf?
Yes, but I sure hope my wife doesn't see this.
Well, you have been beating her regularly at golf, haven't you?
That's exactly it. Golf has gotten to be a pretty touchy subject around here. You see, Mrs. Van Courtney is rather a high-spirited woman, and she's pretty serious about her golf game.
Oh, I see.
Now, if you'd have left this last page off, that would have been fine.
Then it would have just said you've been beating her regularly.
Well, yes, I know, but that would be so preposterous that I'm sure she'd get a big kick out of it. She has a wonderful sense of humor.
Oh, I think I see what you mean. In other words, you're a man of such obvious sensitivity that naturally you wouldn't be brutal enough to strike your wife, so everybody'd accept it as a big joke.
Exactly. Especially when, well, that is, you've met Mrs. Van Courtney, haven't you?
No, I've never seen her.
Oh, well, just a minute. Baby doll, could you come here a minute, please? You'll see what I mean in a minute.
Did you call me, Henry?
Mr. Nelson.
How do you do?
She is a big one, yes. Well, I don't want to detain you. I know you're waiting to play golf.
I'm going to beat his brains out today.
I have a feeling this is going to be your day, my dear.
Well, it's awfully nice to have met you folks.
Well, goodbye, Mr. Nelson.
Mr. Van Courtney.
Goodbye.
Rush home and kill this last page.
Yes, and please hurry, will you? Nice little fella, isn't he?
Oh, dear, you're back early.
Yeah, I wonder. Where are the newspapers? The new ones with the extra pages?
Oh, the boys just took them down to the corner to mail them.
So! Well, I got 119. How many you got, Rick?
I have 122.
119, 122. That's 241. How many you got, Dave?
No, I have 113. See, that's 354.
We only started out with what?
305.
Look, fellas, let's count them again and count them carefully, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 5,
7, 8,